What's up, folks? Okay, part two, Backlash Top 10. Hopefully, YouTube could let me go through with the first video because it went 58 seconds long. Hopefully, they could give me 58 seconds. So, Backlash Top 10. Let's go to the top 5. Number 5. Now, I got just this. You're going up against a 500-pound monster. Your father wants nothing to do with you, and he'll throw the odds right at you. He'll stack them against you, and he puts you in a last man standing match. So, question is, how do you win that match? Your thoughts on Corp leading the way with take a over 50-foot dive.
I think a couple things. I think two in particular to consider here.
The 50-foot elbow drop, now called called recently, but not recently, but years before they called it the Fall of Grace. So that's how you do it. Shane McMahon and Big Show, last man standing in 01. Vince made it a last man standing match, and there was good chemistry. There's always great chemistry when Shane McMahon and Big Show meet, because basically it's David versus Goliath. David could beat Goliath, all the time. And how David beat Goliath was take an elbow drop, dive, probably 50 feet, probably less than that, I might be lying, and, get the 10 count, with a little help from Test. Let's not mistake that fact that Test had a little bit of help. Rest in peace. To the little help, that he did. So Shane ends up beating Big Show in that match with that fall from grace, and that's my number 5. And like I said, you're gonna probably hate the placement of this match or like the placement of this match. So, like I said before in the first video, this is my top 10. If you have an opinion, let yourself be heard. Number 4, Triple Threat, John Cena, Triple H, Edge. It was one of the brutal Triple Threat matches I've seen. It was a lot of good chemistry between Triple H, Cena, and Edge. It was a great match overall throughout, and Triple H bleeding bad. I don't think we bladed deep during that, but I don't know, he was bleeding bad. Basically, in a view, and probably you could fast forward this if you own the DVD, when Triple H is in the STF view, if you pause it, there's a close-up of Triple H's face where you actually see the hole, the slice where he bladed himself at. It's like right above here, and you can see it. It's like the only bold black you see during the STF view, and you could probably slow motion it, and you could see it. You could see the gash, and he was bleeding really bad on this. His body was completely covered in red. So, but in the end, Cena wins in a roll-up, after Edge was mesmerized by the sledgehammer. So, but the other end of the match was Triple H laying out both Edge and Cena with the sledgehammer, which led to Triple H's build to becoming a face, and overall the reunion of DX. So that was fun. That was great. Like I said, one of the most brutal Triple Threat matches I've ever seen. One of the most brutal. I'm not saying the most brutal. I've seen more brutal Triple Threat matches. Number 3, Rock versus Triple H, Backlash 2000. Like I said, my top 10. If you hate the placement, my top 10. I cannot stress that enough. But it's in the top 5, and it's number 3, so don't complain about that. Shane McMahon was a guest referee, which was great. Like I said, Rock, Triple H, great chemistry. They always had great chemistry. and odds were stacked against him, you know, and that double rock bottom through the announce table, which will never be done again. That was a one and only deal, you know, and Shane McMahon taking the brunt end of it, you know, was insane. Like I said, Shane takes a lot of bumps, and don't be surprised this Sunday if he takes a great bump during the six-man tag match, you know. But like I said, that's another video. That'll be the preview video. Um, Rock gets the title with Austin's interference. His first public viewing since his neck surgery in '99, November. So it was great. It was overall great. Rock pulls it out, WWF champion, the then WWF champion, and celebration began in Washington. Number 2, Benoit, Triple H, HBK, Backlash '04. How do you top the triple threat match that they had at WrestleMania? Do it in Benoit's hometown and make your other opponent 10. But overall, great match. WrestleMania, Benoit made Triple H tap to become the champion. The ending of this match was great because when Benoit had HBK in a sharpshooter, they panned when Triple H was trying to reach for Shawn Michaels' hand before he could tap out, and Shawn Michaels tapped out before Triple H was like an inch away from grabbing HBK's hand. And that was another thing. Benoit made Triple H tap from the crossface at WrestleMania. Benoit made HBK tap from the sharpshooter at Backlash. And once again, Benoit's hometown, you know, and it was magic. Magic. The match went 30 minutes. It was great. Like I said, the chemistry could not have been any better between those superstars, and it was men wrestlers. So it was a great match overall. Number 1, and don't disagree with me on this. Do not disagree with me on this, whoever's watching and whoever's posting comments right now. Number 1 is in the original Backlash in '99. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. No holds barred. It was basically for the WWF Championship, the then WWF Championship, but it was mostly about Austin's property, and they had, I think, Spinnernet was right. They had a better match at Backlash than they had at WrestleMania. You know, it was a little bit longer. Plus, you had Shane McMahon as the guest referee. You know, the rock bottom through one table, the stunner while Rock was holding the video camera on the other table, Vince McMahon running in, knocking Shane out, and calling another referee. Austin with the stunner, 1, 2, 3. Austin retains, gets his property back. Great match all around. It's number 1, and it forever stay number 1 in a Backlash, in one of my greatest Backlash, probably one of the greatest Backlash matches, you know, ever since Backlash's induction. You know, because the original main event of Backlash will always be the best main event at Backlash. Even though there were many after it that were classics, you can't compete with Austin Rock in their first Backlash. So that's my Backlash top 10 in 2 videos plus 3 honorable mentions. And next video will be the Backlash preview, and I will preview all the matches and my opinions, and after Backlash I will put up my review, and then after that my ups and downs. So I'll see you later.